it's Zena, Warthog Princess, and today's video is going to be about changing your wheels. These are my new Sure-Grip Boardwalk Outdoor skates, and they have these beautiful lavender wheels, or lilac, depending on how you look at it. These are 57 millimeter. I do not know the durometer of them, the hardness. I thought they're somewhere probably between a 78 and an 82A. I don't know. But they are great. They are super smooth, just the right grip. I really, really love these wheels for outdoors. But I'm going to set up my skates so I can go to the rink over the weekend and try to get some hours on my skates, just breaking them in. But it's already in the 90s here, so indoors is going to be a good way to get some extra time. Anyways, so we're changing the wheels. I'm going to leave the toe guards off since I'll be mostly straight skating while I break them in. I'm not doing anything that is hopefully very potentially harmful to my skates because I do want to protect them. But anyways, I think they look great without it actually. And here goes. So what wheels are we changing to? All right, I've got my Y tool, or I also have a T tool, but this one I bought separately. And now I have this crab tool, which I ordered on Amazon. I needed this one because the nut up front it requires this wrench piece. This piece right here also can be used to loosen and tighten the wheels, but I have this one for that already. So I just needed this new tool for this piece so that I can install the toe guards when the time comes, but not today. So I have this wheel bag. This one is made by Bont Skates. I think that's an Australian company, but I bought it on Amazon. Pretty cheap, but it's nice. It has a mesh on the top and a solid bottom, common different colors. But these hold the wheels. So I have in here an 8-pack of wheels, and these wheels are Rollerbones. It says Rollerbones was established in 1979 when a white MDI formula was used by Powell Corp for skateboard wheels, replaced a transparent TDI formula, the roller skate industry standard. This change led to a shift in the industry as other companies, something, it's covered up with a sticker. Anyways, not important. These are the 98A Rollerbones Team 57 millimeter, and they're purple. So they're gonna go great. I think this will highlight the dark laces with the dark wheels quite nicely. And so that will be my indoor configuration. So durometer wise, again, I'm not an expert at all, pretty much a novice, but these ones are soft wheels like 78 or 82, as I mentioned. They are 57 millimeters, so this is the same size wheel. But these are harder, so better for indoor or even skate park. I'm not really worried about skate park stuff. Let me just get into these. And I did buy these on Amazon as well, but you can buy them at skate shops if you have one near you. I searched around, but I just wanted the purple ones. Okay, I do have another set of indoor wheels I used on my other skates, but I wanted ones for these. I also wanted to build in some consistency. So I have 57 millimeter and 57 millimeter so that I would be operating on the same height of a wheel, so that I would have the same basic feel as far as the height and whatnot of the skate. These wheels are a slightly different shape, as you can see, hopefully. These ones are a little bit more like squared off edges, and this one has a more rounded edge. And that just, modifies the agility somewhat. They're also slightly different thickness. The light colored wheel is just ever so slightly thicker than that, but they are the same height. So I think they'll be pretty comparable is the point. Sorry, I'm super sweaty already. It's not that hot here and I am inside, but also, while we're talking about this, before we dive into changing, I did buy a second set of outdoor wheels. I bought these on eBay. These are Moxie roller skates gummy wheels. They're 65 millimeter 78A. I thought these will also be great, for example, when these ones wear out, or for those times where I wanted the bigger wheel to go with for outdoors. Plus, I really like the look of these. They're kind of a clear, and then they have that purple. Again, I think that's just gonna look really sharp on this skate with that. So anyways, I love these wheels. I'm not looking to change out of them, but I did want to build in some longevity to keep me skating. So anyways, there's that. All right, so, woo, sweaty. Okay, so first we get these all set aside. I have changed wheels a couple times, but I have not done these wheels or these skates yet. I also bought some bearings. These are a set of 16 Reds bearings, which is also Bones precision skate bearings. And if you're not familiar, let me open this up. The bearings look like this. And so these wheels did not come with bearings, so they're going to need bearings. So I can either put these new ones in here, or I could take them out of these wheels and transfer them over. I would rather, you know, again, spread it out. So I got new bearings, separate ones. That gives me redundant backups if something fails or whatnot. So we have that. All right, and let's take these off. So for these, I can either use the crab tool or the Y tool, and I think this one has got a better grip to it, so I'm gonna use this one. And you just loosen them, you know, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. One word of caution, I don't know if all wheels have the speed washers, but my other skates did. And so there may be a washer in there, don't lose it, because you're gonna need it. All right, so you get that nut off, and you pull off the wheel, and it's just that simple. And you can see already these have collected. There, let me first wipe my face, because I'm not going to want to wipe my face after. But yeah, so this already is just dust and dirt. And I'll show you another one when I pull it off. But so it's collected quite a bit, and this has only been on a clean outdoor rink. That's not even like street skating, you know. So they do pick up a lot, and because they have a little bit of lubrication in them, that oil is like a magnet for, you know, collecting dust and dirt. So you do need to keep your bearings and wheels clean in that regard. So here's one. This one isn't quite as bad, but you can see the difference there where it's just collected that dirt. So I don't want to degrease it because I want that lubrication. So you do have to clean and lubricate your bearings every now and then. So that's better. Okay, so we got these two wheels off, and it does not appear that these require any kind of, yeah, both sides are dirty. So I'm just going to kind of wipe that out real quick. So you can see just with that simple wipe out the difference. This is the dirty one and the clean one. So I'm just going to kind of make that a habit to just give them a dry wipe in between changes. I think that'll keep them going. All right. Hopefully I don't need to lubricate them often because I don't have any lubricant. These ones do not have speed bearings. But let's put some, oh, I do have also a bearing tool, and I don't know where that is. I think it's in my other skate bag. But there's a tool that you can pull bearings out and pop them in. I think we can use the thing to pop them in. Let's see. So I'm going to put the red side out, and I think it can just pop in. Seems like it sticks out a little. I don't know. I don't know if it's all the way in there. We'll see in a minute. On the back side, same thing. You're just going to pop that sucker in. On the back, I think I can do it this way. Yeah. So that popped it right in, and apparently that is in on that side. So let's see. It doesn't seem like it though. Maybe it is, but let me try it this way, really. Ah, it wasn't all the way in. So now I think it is all the way in. And we'll try, and this one doesn't have as much excess thread. These bearings are a little thicker. But screwing this on nice and tight will push that bearing on farther where it's supposed to have been. So there we go. It wasn't all the way in for sure. So lesson learned, trust yourself. If it wasn't all the way in, see how it's nice and tight? It actually is too tight because that wheel does not spin. But tightening it all the way down did push that bearing the rest of the way into the wheel like I wanted. So I'll just check that, and then I'll loosen it up. See, now one half turn there. Big difference on that wheel, how well that spins. Very, very smooth actually. And it's nice and tight, so it's not gonna come off. Let me tighten it down just a tad. So you want it loose enough to spin freely. Very nice and smooth, free spin, but not to wobble. And it's a fine line. Sometimes it's just a hair turn. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So I do think that looks sharp with the light and dark combo. So now I'm just going to change the rest of the wheels and do the same thing, but better. Let's just dump these out. Okay. So put bearing in there. I wonder if I can use this to push it. I don't want to push on that. Yeah, that pushed it in. Now if I had my other tool handy, I would use that because it's basically made for popping bearings in and out. But if I use this small one on the inner circle, I'm not pushing on the bearing housing, and that popped it in really nicely. On both sides. And you want to be careful when you're putting your nuts back on that you don't get them cross-threaded, because then you'll start stripping the threading and whatnot. You definitely don't want that. All right, so just like the other one, even though I got that bearing in there pretty good this time, I'm going to tighten it all the way down to make sure I got that good and seated, and then I'm going to back it off to get the free spinning without wobble. And these do have some lubrication because, they seep onto the box. You can see the bearing grease. The clean part gets sweat off. But, so there we go with the dark side. Nice, smooth. And then you have the light died. So outdoor, indoor. And I'm super excited to try these wheels. These feel very slick in comparison. Like they even just feel sticky compared. But that's the difference. So yeah, I hope these work great. I'm tempted to try these outdoor wheels on the inside, but having done that once before with my other skates, I definitely didn't like the feel of it. So I do prefer a slightly harder wheel, as you don't have to be a pro to appreciate the differences, let me tell you. And it's really not that difficult to change the skate wheels. It just takes a minute or two to do it. And I think if you do it more often, you get more proficient at it. I'm not going to be able to wipe my face with this rag anymore, but that's okay. It's just a paper towel. Look at that dirt. You can really see the difference on this one. See how dirty it is? Just a little bit of accumulation there. So wipe that onto my paper towel here. Pretty dirty. And this wheel actually has dirt on the outer edge. That's fine. I'll clean that up later. And then we'll undo this one. These are really dirty from just a couple of times skating. Much better now. And we got to put bearings in. And I also think the bearings will go in a little easier in the future, but seeing how this is the very first time that they've been put in here, that accounts for some of the difficulty because it's just tight. Like with anything, I think they'll loosen up just a little bit over time and with use. There we go. Bearing on both sides. And I'll just hand tighten that one for the second. Next wheel. Oh, some of these are a little bit tighter holes. Let me try this one on here. This one does not want to go in there. I'm sure there is a trick. Maybe if I just try a different one. Ooh, this one does not want to fit in here. There we go. Put some leverage on this sucker. Did you hear that? That one really didn't want to go in. There we go. Okay. Obviously, that's not supposed to be that hard. It went in much easier on the front side this time, which is the opposite of how the other ones have been. But okay, here we go. And now I do have speed rings, so if it turns out these don't run so smooth, I can add another like washer. Speed ring's just a small washer. And I don't know if some bearings just require them, or I don't know, because these ones don't have them, but my other ones did. These, in case you're wondering, it came with stock bearings were ABEC 9, it looks like. And these ones are, I don't know, reds. I don't think it says. I don't know. I've also heard that the ABEC rating is kind of obsolete or inaccurate. I don't really know. But I know that there's different qualities of bearings for sure, and there's shielded and unshielded. A lot of variables that I'm very not familiar with, so I just looked up. This is not screwing on smoothly. It feels like I don't want to cross thread it. I just looked up like what's the best bearings, and there's a lot of different ratings and whatnot, and so I just looked up the ratings for it, and based on that, found a reasonably priced set, and trying to get maximize quality versus price and all of that, of course. So I think these bearings are pretty good. I mean, they're not great. They're not the very best, but they are good quality bearings for sure, according to the ratings. So I think they'll be great. And since the wheels are spinning quite smoothly and freely, I'm not too worried about speed bearings. I'm not looking for speed. I'm not a racer. I really just want agility, control, longevity, smoothness. I'm all about those things. So speed is not my primary focus. Although, who doesn't like to go fast too? Under control, of course. So now that these are all tightened, I'm gonna loosen it back out. Ooh, this one I even think I can come down on. Okay. So you want your wheels to spin freely, but be secure. This one has a wobble. Okay. So give a quick spin. You can see that it spins freely. That one looked like it spun a lot better than the back, but I think it was just a little bit the quality of the spin. So this one's a little bit tighter. Let's see if we can loosen it up. They don't have to be perfectly even. Let me see. So I don't know if I'm just getting a significantly better spin on the front one or if it's that much looser. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I just feel like that one a little loose. Okay, there is my indoor configuration. Indoor, outdoor. All right, I kind of like that indoor look. It's definitely a harder wheel. Like if you just listen to it when you set it down, you probably can't hear it as much there. On the tile, you can just, the material is different. I don't know if you're able to discern the subtlety of the difference on the video, but you'll just have to trust me if you can't. Okay. So this one will go a little faster. I'll try to talk a little less, work a little more. And I'll clean them after, so we won't waste time doing that while we're, whoops. gonna be one of those. Eight wheels, 16 bearings, that's what you need. So if you're buying and you just buy half of that, you'll only have half of what you need. I don't know if there are skates that only require single bearings. I suppose that's possible. It's way beyond the scope of my knowledge up till now. So everything that I've been saying and everything that I will say, let me just again clarify. This is novice. I'm not an expert, but I'm not a total newbie. So somewhere, I would say lower middle end. Definitely not clueless, but take that for what it's worth. You know, everything, you know, trust but verify kind of a thing. If you learn something and I've misspoken, please let me know. Be kind, you know, don't be a jerk about it. But, you know, we're all here to learn and share. And so I do appreciate that constructive feedback. And I certainly don't want to perpetuate incorrect info. And I'm, you know, not trying to sound like an expert either. Okay. This one needs to loosen just a tad. And, you know, once you get them adjusted, don't feel like you can't go back and readjust them at any time. That's a good spin. And you should also always safety check your skates before you even put them on, honestly. But even if you do it once you have them on, check that all of your wheels are tight. Check that your toe stop is secure, so you're not going to be skating along and then have your toe stop fall out and trip you up. That would be bad. Skating along and losing a wheel would pretty much suck, and certainly will cause a crash for most of us. So just, you know, a good safety check, make sure everything is tight and or loose as it should be before you go put your life on them, you know. That's just recommended good advice for any apparatus that you're using. Also, if you're skating outside and either unstable or new or trying new tricks or just general safety, make sure you wear your pads and guards as well. Keep your knees, elbows, and wrists safe from what could be devastating injuries. Just in case, you know, if you wear them and you don't need them, great. But if you don't have them and you fall and you could have had protection, you're going to regret it. So that's what I had to say about that. And that being said, no, I don't wear mine every single time. But if I'm just skating on flat ground by myself in the outdoor roller rink where there's plenty of space and I'm not doing a bunch of tricks, I'm just skating, no, I don't wear my pads and guards either. If I'm trying something new, or, you know, there's other people, or, you know, things like that, there's hazards, I will, of course, protect myself accordingly. So, no judgment if you do, no judgment and you don't. It'll just be self-critiquing if you screw that up. That's all. I think I'm getting the hang of this now. There we go. And see, it didn't really take that long. It took, on my clock here, 24 minutes, but some of that was stop and talk. So, yeah, for sure it won't take 20 minutes every time you change your wheels. But it's also not that difficult. So don't be afraid. I think I really was until I restarted this skate thing. I had never had wheels to change to, or any spare things or tools. But it's really not that cosmic, guys. It's not that big a deal. Just do a little research, find what you like, whatever color, style, shape, size, hardness, and go for it. Give it a try. You won't know until you try, and it's not hard to do. So keep skating and roll on. I'll catch you again later. Bye for now.